congratulations on this huge honor.
Thank you. It is pretty exciting.
How did you get involved with it?
I saw an advertisement back last March of 23. No, March of 24. And the deadline was the end of April. And I submitted one piece, and I answered the questions as best I could and filled out all the paperwork they asked for, submitted it, and they said they would get back. And I applied merely to win the Muskoka region. Mm-hmm. You were supposed to apply for what area you wanted to be judged in. So I put down that I wanted to represent the Muskoka region because now I live here in Huntsville, so that made sense. And it said in the thing that preliminary phone calls would be coming out September the 4th. September the 4th, I got an email asking me if I would be available for a Zoom conference call on October the 4th, to which I replied, of course. And when I got on that Zoom call, the lady who was chair of the whole thing said, I presume you have a fairly good idea why we called the Zoom call. My response was, I'm hoping that I have been shortlisted as one of the possible winners for Muskoka. And she says, well, no, actually you've already won for Muskoka.
Wow.
The whole region. I said, oh, that's fabulous. Thank you so very much. Now, is there anything else I have to do? And she said, no, wait, I'm not finished. And then she proceeded to say, I was the unanimous winner for all of Ontario. And I go, oh, you're kidding me. I didn't even know I was up for that. She says, all entries were eligible for the winning entries were eligible for the province's vote. And she says, and you won that as well. Oh, that's great. Thank you so much. Now what would you like me to do? She says, well, actually, I'm still not finished. In other words, please don't interrupt. I'm not finished. And then she said, you were the unanimous winner across all 10 provinces of Canada. And I go, are you kidding me? At this point, I was speechless, which is kind of rare. Anyway, I was for all of Canada. She says, and the funny thing is, there was a fellow, the judge in New Brunswick, looked at your artwork and announced to our whole panel of representatives from each of the 10 provinces that he knew exactly where this downtown scene was from. He says because it's 2 hours drive from him in New Brunswick.
Wow.
And she says, well, no, not exactly. At which point the fellow, or the woman, whoever it was from Calgary, who was the judge, says, well, actually, that is a scene from downtown Calgary. One of our, Calgary is like Toronto, has all these little microcosm communities. Mm-hmm. And she says, no, that's a street scene in one of the little village areas of downtown Calgary, at which the administrator, the coordinator of the program, the whole thing, said, sorry, folks, it's actually a downtown scene in Ontario, but this just further reflects that this is a typical Canadian downtown scene, core. It could be in any of our communities. Obviously, it's not in the far north, and they had the 3 territories chose 3 different Aboriginal artists as their winners. But I will be on every Yellow Pages cover for all 10 provinces.
How did it feel for you when you did finally see your piece on the cover?
A bittersweet moment because the first one I saw was out of Ottawa-Gatineau, which of course being multilingual or, because of the language situation, they have to take off the words because the words are in English. So the Ontario, it will say that little place by the lights. It will say Cedar Books. It will say Muskoka Jewelers. It will say Christmas Time. It'll say Big Bear, which are those stores which are represented in that downtown Huntsville scene. So this one just happened to be on the top of the pile of my pen and ink watercolor paintings of Huntsville. So it was the first one I grabbed, so I submitted it. And I had intentions of entering others because you could put in multiple entries. Mm-hmm. But I never got around to it.
Wow.
So I only submitted the one, and it was the one that was on the top of the pile of my paintings.
Wow, so you won the lottery with that one, huh?
Yeah, totally.
And as I was going through your work, it seems like it's a real love letter to the Muskoka region.
Oh, yeah. And it's not just Muskoka, it's Ontario landscape.
Mm-hmm.
Totally Ontario. Like I have, one of my favorite paintings is of a lone pine tree on Georgian Bay. And it's hanging in my bathroom, and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
It just is a feel-good painting. But, I mean, that's Georgian Bay. Waterfalls, our cottage is up in Kearney. I've done a couple of paintings from up there on Island Lake that I quite like.
Incredible work. And Brenda, congratulations
Thank
on
you.
this. It's such a huge honor.
Thank you.